Hey guys, this is HBK Grant making a video about the focus trees in Warframe today. So a lot of changes have been happening lately in Warframe, so you cannot actually compare the previous versions of Warframe to the current version because there have been like drastic changes and it has been evolving ever since. So with the focus tree evolved, a lot of people have gotten a little bit confused as to how these abilities have been working out and all that kind of stuff. So every time we're streaming, every time I'm playing with friends, we always get into this section where like everybody is like, oh, what do we do with these focus trees and how do we get them and what's the best way of farming for the focus trees? So anyhow, I'm going to try to answer those questions the best way possible. If something is left out, you could always let me know in the comment section below and I will be happy to answer. So the first thing that you guys need to do in order to gain access to the focus tree is finish the second dream quest. If you do not know where to get access to the second dream quest, you can come over here into the codex, and the first tab that you're going to see is the quest tab. Here you're going to scroll down and you'll see second dream. You'll see the name written down, but if the picture is blurry, then that means that you still need to finish something prior to this in order to gain access to the second dream. Once you have finished the prerequisites, you will gain access to it, and all you got to do is just click on it and you'll see that you're right here and you'll come to this screen and you can view the cinematic, and I encourage you to because it's one of the coolest cinematics in the game. And then you'll see the option to start the quest as well, and you go on your merry way. Once you have finished the second dream quest, what's going to happen is at the end of it you're going to be prompted to select one of the 5 focus trees. Now the catch is that the first one will be free of charge, but the other 4 you will need to gain 50,000 points in each of those focus trees in order to unlock them, and then you can start using them abilities. But you will still have to gain focus points in order to unlock the abilities inside the focus tree, but I will explain that further in the video. Now previously, before the update happened, you actually had to come back at the ship and where you see the Tenno right now sitting, and you actually had to use this part in order to gain access to the focus. But with the new update, what you could do is just simply go to your equipment and you can just go to your arsenal right here, and you'll see that the lens or the focus stuff has appeared right in your arsenal. Now when we click this, you'll be brought to the focus menu, and here you'll see all of the 5 focus trees in one spot, but one of them will be unlocked for you because of the second dream quest, and you might have been already like leveling it up. Whereas the other 4 that you're gonna see, just like Anaru right here, it will say to unlock this focus tree you need 50,000 focus points in this focus tree in order to unlock it. However, if you want to read all the abilities, you could still press like the X button or the click on it and whatnot in order to read all the abilities. And once you are done with that, you could select like, hey, I should work on this one or not. Now the most and foremost important thing in this whole focus tree stuff is you can actually go for all 5 of them at the same time. Your priority, in my opinion, should be trying to go for the passive abilities. So as you guys can see right here, this Phoenix Talents right here in Matarai, it says passive right under it. If you go to like the inner gaze, it says passive right over there. If you go to Phoenix Spirit, it says passive right there. But then if you go to like the Void Radiance, it doesn't say passive. If you go to the Void Strike, it doesn't say passive. It doesn't say Flame Blast, it doesn't say passive. Right over here, the Eternal Grace, it says passive. Let's go check another one. Let's go for Narrowmon. So here it says Affinity Spike, which is passive. Executing Dash, it doesn't say passive. Right over here, Void Stalker, it doesn't say passive. Mind Step, it says passive. Now all of these focus trees have passive abilities, so make sure if you want to like get like a jump on all the stuff, like the best way to start off is trying to get all of the passive abilities for these focus trees, which is the most important thing to do, because as soon as you activate your Tenno, those passive abilities become available for you in that mission. So just make sure that you're going after the passive abilities first. Now the second thing is the pool. So just like in your Warframes, when you're modding your Warframe and then you're putting formas on it for the capacity, so as you guys can know, like you have like a specific capacity points, and that's why you have to do like the formas and whatnot in order to get more points so you could put in better mods. Just like that, you can actually increase your pool size. So over here, you'll see the pool size, which says 44 out of 100. That means you have that much capacity points. So each of these abilities, as you guys can see right here, for example, Phoenix Talon, you'll see the 3 dashes and you see 4 next to it. Let's go to Inner Gaze. You see the 3 dashes, but then it says 7 next to it. So those points, the numbers that you see, those are actually pool points. Just like capacity in Warframe, in Focus Tree, those are actually pool points. And you can actually use them. You can increase as many as you want and increase as many as capacity points as long as you have enough focus points to increase your pool. So just like over here, if you see, it says I need 76,262 focus points in order to increase my pool size to 101, for example. So let's see, I have a Xenoric right here just to explain to you guys, like I'm going to use the pool size over here. Now it is actually shared. It is shared between all of them. So like you do not have to worry about like, oh my god, do I need to have a specific one? So with the new update, what they have done is you can actually purchase your unused focus points on other focus tree, and you can use that to increase your pool size and then try to save the focus points for the one that you're working on. So just like right over here, you just come to this menu. For example, Vazarin, I'm basically done with. I really did not want to get much into it. But if you see, all I gotta do is press this and my pool size has been increased. Now I'm gonna go back to my Madurai, make it primary. Once I have make it primary again, if you see right here, that pool size has been increased from 100 to 101, but I did not use my Madurai focus points. So just so you guys know, to make that clear, that's how this works. So like the new update, it's a lot cooler. You could just spend like points from the other focus trees which you do not need anymore, and you can just like use that to increase your pool size. This actually helps you out into finishing the stuff. With the new rework, they introduced like unbinding of abilities in the focus trees. So just keep your eye on the Enduring Tides, which says unbound right here. So I've maxed it out. What this means is that I've unlocked this ability and I can use this ability on other focus trees as well. So let's show you an example right away. So here you guys can see the Enduring Tides and it says unbound as well over here, and I have it on my Madurai. Let's say if I unequip it for a second. If I unequip it, you'll see I gain my pool points back, but if I equip it again, it just took away those points again. Now, how do you unbind your abilities? So right over here, if you come to your Madurai or the ones that you have not unlocked yet, when you go scroll over them, you're gonna see it says to unlock this ability, you need 1 million focus points to unbind it, along with a brilliant Eidolon shard. The million focus points you will have to do during your like focus farming, but a brilliant Eidolon shard, what that does is that you need to capture successfully a terror list. You could do it solo, you could do it in a team. Now I'll definitely make a video in detail about these focus trees and their abilities and what they are all made of, but right now I'll try to explain them in a nutshell, like what type of these abilities are used by what type of players. So if you're a support type players, you'll probably be best off using Vazarin because it can give you and your allies instant revives, a little bit of health on your operator and all that kind of stuff. So it does come in handy a lot. With the Unaru, it's more like an armor-based abilities, like you gain more armor, you get more survivability and stuff like that, so that's completely up to you, but it's not as good as the other focus trees. Madurai gives you a lot of DPS, so it can give you like excess amount of DPS on your status and all that kind of stuff, so it does really help out, and a lot of people love this, especially when hunting like Orb Mother or like the Terrorist or the Tridolons. The Neromon is actually for more people like who are melee type players. So, and with the new update on the melee, Neromon has actually become more useful for those people who are actually just melee based players. It gives you a lot of CC and all that kind of stuff, so it helps you like maintain your damage DPS when you're doing melee damage a lot. The Xenoric, the last one, it is favored by a lot of people as well because it grants you a lot of energy, which can come in handy when you're doing Eidolon hunts and Orb Mother again, and it's really cool to have as well. So these were like the 5 abilities, like the 5 main focus types, and it kind of like covers each aspect of the Warframe's like stereotype players as well. Like some people like survivability, some like support, some like DPS and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of like the major point of view for these focus trees as well. Moving on to the final phase of the video, the question that a lot of the newcomers ask me a lot of the time is actually, how do I initiate or how do I get these focus points? What do I have to do to get these focus points? The first requirement is having a maxed rank Warframe, primary, secondary, melee, or you can have all 4 of them. Then the second thing is required is the focus lenses, specific to the focus tree that you have selected. So there are 5 focus trees, so there's 5 types of lenses. But each lens actually has 3 categories or 3 stages, if you want to say, or 3 ranks. Once you have a max rank Warframe or weapon, whichever one you're going to equip, you go to the upgrade menu and you go to the action bar. In the action bar, you're going to see the focus lenses right here. Now the 2 of them are visible right here. So there's a regular type of lens and then there's a greater type of lens. A lot of people would beg to differ, but I actually think that people should just purchase the greater lenses right off the bat. But since the new update has happened in the Plains of Eidolon, you get an Eidolon lens blueprint, which you can use to upgrade your greater lenses into Eidolon lenses, which makes it you making tons and tons and tons of focus points like right off the bat, which is way faster than just having the plain lenses. Now, in order to make the greater lenses, you need 4 of the regular lenses. I think you need a Forma and an Argon Crystal and some other resource, but in my opinion, spending a Forma on a lens, like I kind of like would rather spend it on my Warframe or a weapon. So I kind of like recommend people to get like greater lenses. Now you can get them from the market, so purchase them right from there and then go farm the Eidolon BP from the bounties, or you can even purchase that from the people in the player trading market, and you can get them for like 20 to 30 platinum. That's the going price on it on all platforms, whether you're PC, PS4, Xbox, or Switch. And some of them even go for like cheaper now because they have been over farmed a lot now and not a lot of people are like looking for them. So once you have that, you can actually just equip it. For example, as you guys can see here, I'm just going to equip one and it will say focus lens successfully installed. And you guys can see like that symbol actually starts to appear on your Warframe right there. And just like that, you can actually go into your menu right here and you'll actually see those things in your Warframes and weapons wherever you have like applied to them. I think I could show it easily over here. So for example, if you see my Mesa, I think I have one on my Mesa, the regular one. So you'll see that there's a bar right there. Oh, there's one on Ember as well. I think, oh yeah, there's one on Mirage, there's one on Frost, there's one on Nova. So you guys can see that symbol attached to it and it will tell you like, hey, you have a focus lens equipped to it. So it is completely your choice which Warframes you use. The bigger picture of how to get these focus points is actually when you are in a mission, you'll see like a yellow flowery bubble appear out of nowhere. You have to pick that up. And then you'll see a timer on the top right corner of your screen for like 40 seconds or something like timer. During that time, the thing that is equipped to your focus lens, so let's say your regular Mesa or your Mesa Prime is equipped with a focus lens, you need to use your Mesa's abilities to kill the enemies. So I would recommend, if you want to use a Warframe, use like Saren, use like Mesa, use like Mirage, use like Frost or something like that, that does instant DPS, like instant kills, or like Ember for example. And that's the best way to like actually utilize it. I actually like Mirage the most, honestly, to be honest, because what happens is that when you use her ability, the doppelgangers, that ability kind of like adds in your focus. And then if you're using a weapon, you can actually have a lens on your weapon and it can actually count both of them towards earning your focus points, and thus you get more focus points than just with one Warframe or just using one weapon. Now the last thing in this one is the best place actually There are some exterminate missions. You can use your Equinox there. Now there's an Equinox Prime and all that kind of stuff. But generally, in my opinion, either select, if you're a lower level player, go to the Sanctuary Onslaught. If you're a high level player, you can go to the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. What this does is, as soon as you go into the mission, every mission you go, every like wave, I guess if you want to say it, when you go in there, you're actually already equipped with the focus points, and you just earn the focus points. And then there are a lot of rewards in there that a lot of people are like looking for, so it kind of like makes it worthwhile going in there. Other than that, you can go into defense missions, you can go to relic farming. While you're farming, you can just earn focus points as well. There are like loads and loads of methods. You can go into any mission to get them. So that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you guys have any questions, any comments, you can leave it in the comment section below. The basic aim for this video was to try to like help the new people understand like what the focus trees are and like how you could start getting a build on them. But as far as for the advanced level ones, I will try my best to make a video for that a little bit later on, so that way it can shed some light on those things as well. If you guys still have any questions or comments, you can leave it in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer that. And guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, because we're trying to reach that 2500 sub mark and we're really close to it. And I'm really happy that you guys have shown so much support, and I really do appreciate you guys as well. So you guys have yourself a wonderful evening and a wonderful week. This is HBK Grant signing off for the time. Have a great one, guys.